Good day, folks. This is Greg Judy at Green Pastures Farm. Today we're looking at a field that I did a video on earlier, and this was actually burnt off. My neighbor decided to throw a match on his land, and he burnt this whole area off all the way along beside our property, and didn't do the best at keeping the fire under control. Actually came over on our side of the fence. Just in a few spots. I mean, I haven't said a peep to him. I'm not going to. To me, maintaining a good neighbor relationship, as long as he doesn't get stupid and burn off a couple acres, I'm going to say something then. But anyway, I don't know how he burnt this off, but he did. And he just did this side. Okay? He didn't do this side. Y'all see a difference? And everybody's all enamored about burning the land, burning the land. Folks, when you burn the land, you're going to go broke. If you're in the grazing business, there's nothing out there collecting solar energy. Nothing. Okay? He's not collecting any solar energy. I mean, you can't feed a mouse over there. There's nothing. Heck, a mouse ain't got nothing to hide in. He burned up all the vegetation. There's no litter bank. There's no nothing. And so when it rains, he's getting some pretty good erosion there. You can see the sheet erosion right there on the side of that hill. There's dirt moving off of his farm, coming down to that ditch and going on to us. So we're getting his dirt now because he didn't want his dirt, so we're going to take it. We're going to collect it over here because we have got some really nice stockpile. We keep our ground covered all the time. You know, how much rain do you think I caught right here? Okay, how much grass are we going to grow here? A ton. Folks, this is the middle of January. Look at the forage we've got out here. Cow's going to be happy. Do you think you could feed a cow over there? You couldn't feed a field mouse over there. There's nothing to eat. So don't get married to the match. And I'm not saying you can't use matches to burn. And maybe there are instances where it'd be a good thing, like I can think of maybe one, like if I leased the farm, I didn't have any labor, and it was just covered with cedar trees, little bitty ones. Let's say, 6 to 10 inches, 12 inches, maybe even 2 foot high, thousands of them. And you had a nice fescue duff growing in amongst them. If you didn't have the labor to go in there and cut those out of there, you could throw a match on that one time. But I'd be careful when I did it. I sure wouldn't do it in the fall because you're going to have bare ground. You're going to lose dirt. You could do it in late winter, early spring, and it's going to kill those cedars. You're not going to have to go out there and chop them down. They're just going to be torched. And so it would be advantageous, I think, in a purpose like that. I don't burn anything anymore. We cut the cedars, but we've got the labor to do it because I found out when you burn, let me be the devil's advocate here. So you go in and burn that. And the cedars, with all that duff underneath there, where'd all that duff go? Went up in the air. You could have brought you could have brought a mob of animals in there, with sheep or cows, trampled that duff on the ground, and man, you're putting the carbon where it belongs in the soil, and you're not putting all that smoke into the air. Okay? So you automatically have earthworm food, soil microbe food, where if you throw a match on it, you took all that beautiful carbon that had been accumulated for years and you just burned it. It's just gone. And you bring livestock in there to start your building the microbes. So what are you going to feed the livestock? That? I don't think so. There ain't nothing in there to feed them. So you got to buy hay. Where if you had the duff, even though it had cedars in it, you've got the duff. It's been accumulated there for, let's say, 5, 10, 20, 30 years. It doesn't matter. Bring animals in. Trample that on the ground, then go in there and hand clip out the cedars with loppers. So that's the other side that I would use. But it's just ugly all the way down through here. I mean, this thing goes for, I don't know, it's a third of a mile, maybe close to half mile to that woods line over there, and it's just nothing but bare ground. The only thing on the ground there is the oak leaves that fell off those trees. And they've been blown up against my fence, which I don't care, but he doesn't have anything covering his soil. So folks, if you want to make money on your farm, even if you don't have livestock, and you want to preserve your soil, keep it covered, for goodness sakes. Don't get married to the match. And it's easy to do because it's fun. You can throw a match down and watch that stuff burn up. And in the spring, it's just gorgeous pea green. It just looks like a golf course. And then when it gets hot, by God, it's done. Because you killed every soil microbe in the first 3 inches. Got so hot, you just killed all them. You nuked all the earthworms. There's nothing left for them to eat. When you could have had this with animals. Okay? With animals. And you can make a living. You're not going to make a living doing this, folks. There is no living there. You're going to go broke. So, I think I've covered burning. I'm not a big advocate of burning. And one last thing I will remind you, when you throw a match down and you're burning on your property, you are responsible for that fire. If it burns your neighbor's house down, or he's got big bales set out in his field and you burn all of his hay up, guess what? You better have good insurance, because you're going to pay for every one of those bales. Worse than that, you could kill somebody. If it burns up their house with them sleeping in it. Folks, fire's dangerous. If you're going to light a fire, please go to a prescribed burning workshop first. They teach you how to burn. And there is a lot, some of these prescribed burns that they've lit, though, they've got away. So there's always a wind. And I'll tell you one other thing. When you light a fire, it creates its own wind. You don't believe me? I've had it happen. When you're going up a hill, it will create its own wind, and it will take off. It's scary because you can't stop it. I've had that happen to me 2 or 3 times, and I'll always remember it. It was a terrible feeling having no control of my fire. Luckily, I didn't have any houses or hay around me, all my neighbors. But anyway, I'm going to stop there. Beautiful day here in January. We are getting a storm coming at us, but we're going to get prepared. We're getting a new line put up out there. That's one of many we're going to have. So all we have to do is roll up a wire during the snow and ice storm, and the cattle will be moved from strip to strip. So, yeah, gosh, it's just a wonderful day. Everyone have a great day. This is Greg Judy signing off.